I use the following words: interchangeable: spirit, soul, voice, breath, and life. To me, they are one and the same. The human body is consisting of two parts, the body and the life, which are sometimes called the soul, breath, life, voice, and spirit. Genesis 4:8-10, 1 Thessalonians 5:23. Can a soul die? No. The soul or life is opposite to death, therefore life cannot die. However, the house that life resides in can die. This is popularly known as the body or flesh. It cannot die, and dead cannot live. In Ezekiel 18, Ezekiel referred to the whole man as a soul. James 5:20, also Job 7:15. Go back and read Genesis 4. The Bible says, the voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Here God uses the term voice as an entity outside of man. Have you ever wondered what happened to the life when someone passes on? One thing for sure, the body go down in the earth and dissolve. Life cannot die. Life remain living in the spiritual realm. It is not tangible, therefore it is impossible to see or feel it. This doesn't mean it is not there. It is possible for the living to communicate with those that pass on. It is very possible for the living to communicate with the ones that are separated from the flesh spirits. Soul, breath, or voice knew how to communicate with each other, just like the animals. They speak via the life that is in them. Remember, I told you before that everything life touches has intelligence. The ants knew when to secure their food. They know that winter is coming, and they are well aware of the danger it. The dog knows when to eat grass because it is his medicine. Who told him to eat grass? Did he learn that from some books? The same for the ant. The crocodile knew when to swallow stones. The dolphin is smart enough to know that attack is imminent, thus he sleeps with one eye open. The human being and animals has two types of intelligence. One is physical and the other is spiritual. The brain is the physical intelligent agency of man, and the life also is an agency of intelligence. When man dies, his brain died with him. On the contrary, the life doesn't die. If you could find the life and put it into a dead man or statue immediately, that man or statue would become alive. The baby, when a child is born, that child cannot speak even though it has a tongue. However, it uses his first intelligence to communicate with whom closest to it. In most cases, its mom. The child cries. The same life that is in man or animal are also in the tree's slave and master. No one can see life or touch it. One thing for sure, we know that it is there. No matter what study done on the human body, whether it is psychology or anatomy, it is impossible to take up a part of the human body or the body of an animal and say this is his life, voice, spirit, breath, or soul. You cannot physically touch it. Life goes into the flesh and blends in. The human being and animals has two types of intelligence. One came with the body. It is called the brain. The other is called life, voice, breath, soul, or spirit. This is the master. It dictates what is best for the slave, the body, or house. In every man there is a war going on. One is saying do while the other is saying don't do it. This is what the Christians uses to justify good and evil. They say one is good and the other is evil. If one continually resists the good advice and select the bad, it will come back again and play in a reverse form. This is what known as karma. Listen to the good and act upon it. Request your reward will multiply. Resisting the claim of life and the advices it gives can lead to brain damage. Too much strain will be put on the brain. The brain can only take so much. Just like the physical, it can only take so much whipping from gravity. In the scientific world, it is called mad, but from a spiritual point of view, it is known as a conflict between slave and master. We all know what happened to slave when he refused to comply with his master's instructions. Another fascinating thing about life is that if it is put in a situation where it became uncomfortable, it will leave you, sometime indefinitely or for a short duration. Take, for example, someone met in an accident. The shock from that accident scared the daylight out of the life that is in that person, and it become uncomfortable. It depends on the force. It may just shake up and then restore to normal, or it can disappear for a period of time. Once again, in the scientific world, it is called coma. If the impact is so hard, the life will just step out and never return. This is known as dead. The body minus life equal physical dead. The same for gunshot, knife stab, drown, etc. Once it is not comfortable with its surrounding, it will go out of the body. By now, we should know that life doesn't need us, but we need life. However, we should take good care of it. The same principle for food. If we get up daily and eat food that bring discomfort to our system, the body will get weak and life will withdraw itself from it. Life likes to be in a situation where IS can be free to operate and do its regular activities. Everything that has life has intelligence. Look at the elephant. They knew when they are going to die, therefore they travel to a far place called Elephant Graveyard and die there. I can go on and on. Remember that life is sometimes called soul, spirit, breath, and voice. According to Genesis verse 8, man is said to be mortal. In this sense, Job meant that the body or the house life reside in. Job 4 verse 17, Paul echoed what Job said years ago in Romans 6:12. However, in Romans 8:11, he mentioned the spirit which shall wake the flesh at the resurrection. This spirit is the same life that will reconcile with the flesh, according to the teaching of Christianity. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 11, the body of man is like a vapor. It appears for a little while, then vanished in the earth. It is like a wind, according to Job 7:7. Have a look at Psalm 78 verse 39. They were but flesh. Says David, the gravity of this earth kicks us every second of each day. As a result, we get old and die. No physical being can withstand gravity for a long time. After a while, we have to give in and surrender to gravity and its regular whippings. We are like fabrics. When we are new, we are strong, sturdy, and shine. After a few visits to the washing machine, it started to change. The same with us human being. When we are young, we are full of life. However, as we get older, we become more fragile. Eventually, the life cannot be bothered with the tired and worn out body, so it just exits. When the body gone to the grave or the fire, depends on what one wishes to happen to his body at the time of death. This is the time his voice, breathe, life, spirit, or soul just ready to explore the universe. It is not really a wise idea to weep and mourn at the departure of the flesh. It should be more of a celebration than mourning, because that person's spirit got the freedom his soul was longing for. Life has two sides, the joyful side and the sorrow side. When one is pleased about something or an event, it bring out the joy in them. Likewise, when sorrow hit, it bring pain to the body and manifest it on your physical, sometime in tears or an expression. Sometimes it comes with violent actions and harsh words towards the nearest person or things to them. The Bible meaning of the word soul, there are 3 Hebrew words in the Old Testament and 1 Greek word in the New Testament. They are neshama. It is in Isaiah 57:16, the soul, which I have made. Nediba is in Job 30:15. They pursue my soul as the wind. Nefesh is the next word in the Old Testament, sometimes translated soul. Soshi is the corresponding Greek word in the New Testament. This occurs 105 times and is translated by 6 different words. Do the dead ever return to their home after death? Yes, they are always to and fro. They are in the spiritual realm. Therefore, it becomes difficult to see and communicate with them if you don't have spiritual understanding. The following is what Paul the Apostle have to say about the spirit that lingers in the spiritual realm. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. Here is a simple explanation of the spirit. The fact is, man has a spirit and is spiritual by nature. This emphasizes that we have a relationship with life, God. God breathed the spirit into man. Gen 2:7, man's spirits is often indicates the quality of his life. It is not predetermined, however, but may be developed through continued dependent on the spirit. This means the life. Will life punish us if we disobey it? Life will not torment us. It is us who encourages negative forces in our lives. These forces can dwell with us only if we invite them into our lives. Once they are there, it is very hard to get rid of them. They take over our lives and turn you into a slave. According to the book of Ephesians 10-12, it states, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. The concept of spirit is closely linked with God, life, angelic being and man, men are partly spiritual and physical in nature, in contrast to God, an angelic being who are fully spirit. There are 4 levels of man consciousness. They are the subconscious. This is the lowest level of the mind. It pushes you away from God or life. The Creator is not separate from His creation. Search the truth. Every question man has lies inside of him. There is no need for you to look up or around, but look within the conscious. This handles the task of data collection, and it makes decisions of each moment. That understanding and awareness of your every activities, it helps you to relate to your surrounding and understanding it better. The superconscious. This is a visionary structure that imposes and storing data everywhere. This is how we learn and communicate. The supraconscious, this is the exact reverse of the process of the subconscious state. It melts you into God, life without forgetting who you are individually. It is the highest the level of human consciousness. It brings you closer to God, life, open to all the knowledge within you. When you speak, the world has to listen a part of you that is bigger than you, and this is the life that dwells in you. Human identity, the little self. Your name, a fraction of the big self, is life, the serving of life by life. The math process, look at the word good, minus 1 of the 0, immediately you will get God. The same for the word evil. In this, you have to add the letter D to it and you will get devil. These forces are around us every day, and they can either destroy us or build us. It depends on which one we come in connects with. If we connect ourselves to the good force, it will lead to everlasting life, according to Romans 6:22 and 23. If we connect ourselves to the evil force, it will lead us to destruction. The word of God said, "The soul that sinneth shall surely die." Ezekiel 18:4. The spoken word and the power that dwell with in the effect of faith, believe in it and it will happen. PUS, pray until something happen. 1, what happened when we believe in something. 2, the conflict between the brain and the life. 3, the brain can be a little stubborn at times, sore. There are 2 forces around us. Where to look for happiness and what are the signs how to get rid of bad luck, hardship, and sorrow. Some people don't know how to acquire prosperity, therefore. These forces come with friends. Their friends are bad luck, crosses, hardship, and sorrow. When all of these combine, the result is destruction. To overcome this energy, you have to use all your willpower to fight with all of your might. In order to be successful, you need to have a positive meditation and a clear mind, along with the spirit of forgiveness and peace. In doing so, you will find yourself on a road called prosperity. This road leads to success. People don't know how to acquire prosperity, therefore they need someone to assist them. On the other hand, some people are bad influences, therefore if you are weak, these people will push you on the wrong street. However, if you are not strong, you will not be able to resist the negative forces come with friends. Their friends are bad luck, crosses, hardship, and sorrow. The result is destruction. To overcome this energy, you have to use all your willpower to fight with. In order to be successful, you need to have a positive meditation and a clear mind, along with the spirit of forgiveness and peace. In doing so, you will find yourself on a road called prosperity. This road leads to success. Now, bad luck is still active and waiting on the sideline, waiting for influential spirit to push and intimidate. In this context, spirit mean person. If bad luck succeeds in that spirit person, he's going to introduce his friends to that spirit. Bad luck friends are crosses, hardship, pain, and sorrow, which I told you earlier lead to destruction. It takes a real positive spirit to withstand bad luck and his associates. No fake and weak spirits can withstand bad luck and his followers. My point here is to help you to get your mind clear. Then you will be able to see that there are 2 streets, the good and the bad. This means you will be able to avoid the street that has all the negative energies. Logically, it is better to know the danger beforehand. In that case, you will be able to make sensibly decisions. However, if your head is not clear, you will not be in touch with your consciousness. Therefore, you will misjudge the wrong for right because you did not take time out to read the signs. Your mind was too busy to hear the small voices. Saying stay away, danger is near in the same breath. I want to highlight that there are 3 stages of man. They are the conscious, The subconscious and the superconscious. The conscious is when you are in normal frame of mind. The subconscious is when you are in a coma, sleep, etc. The superconscious is stages where you leave your consciousness for a higher level of consciousness. Your vision become clearer with things that you couldn't see in the conscious. Some institutions, such as the Christians, they channels their superconsciousness through the so-called Holy Spirit. However, different belief and religions used other entity. Even though different religions have different views, they all end up at the same place. Example, 3 people are going to France. One travel by airplane, one travel by train, and the other travel by car. They all reach their destinations in spite of the different means of transportation. This is how the level of consciousness works. One doesn't have to actually look for an entity outside of him for help and support. It lives within everyone. Most people can't find that consciousness because they are too busy looking outside of themselves for something they will never find. It is like looking for gold in a toilet. You won't find gold there. Instead, you would find human feces. There are some things in life we should look for in people we met along the way, such are envy, hypocrisy, bad mind, greed. These things are visible when your superconscious is activated. Negativity is easy to detect, especially when you are not a part of it. Our consciousness mourns whenever it detects that someone or something is being unfairly treated. Every human being at some point in their life can relate to this. Some will openly confess while others would die from it. They would never budge. Understanding how habits work, since we are on the issue of demon. Demon is bad spirits. They don't fly, they walk the earth. Demon is something that forces you to do things against the natural self. In the scientific world, it is called addiction. Habits, some call it energy. Usually they have a strong hold you. It is very hard to overcome, let alone if you are possessed by more than one demons. Some demons have followers and assistants, such as the lying demon and the kleptomania, sex demon, etc. Demon, they work hand in hand. The stubborn demon mislead you and then introduce you to his good friend, which is called hardship. Hardship become a stronghold in your life. Then he finally introduces you to his other friend, the one that is called poverty. Poverty always walk with his friend misery. Right there, you have a few demons to rid from your life, plus their friends below. We have all kind of demon, and they haunt us daily. Demon. When I say demon, I mean demon. So many different types of demons. The lazy demon, don't do it. Man, I can't be bothered. That is his favorite verse. The greedy demon want it all for himself. He is a good friend of the selfish demon. The selfish demon, all for himself, the demon of war, always looking for war. And the kleptomaniac demon steal anything and will never stop. The demon of stubbornness, even though he was warned, would never take heed. He is bent on doing the opposite. The demon of hatred, hate each other without a cause. We see that every day. The demon of lies, this one constantly lying, seems to can't help it, just lie for any and anything. The demon of dishonesty can't seems to honest and is a good friend of the demon of lies. The pedophilia demon, these demons push adult to sex kids. The killing demon, it gives murderer a buzz to when alive people. Everyone at some point or the other being haunted by a demon or two. The demon of drinking, it is called alcoholic in the scientific world. The demons of smoking, those are the most obvious type. People who are possessed by this demon must get something to smoke. The demon of drugs. Abuse, you all know what happened to those who are controlled by such demon. The demon of sex, this is evident in the life of those who have sex with any and anybody. Demon, no matter who or what it is, they just want to have sex. The homosexuality demon, this demon push people go after the same sex. To conquer these demons, you have to have good willpower, determination, and focus, along with some help from people who has a good understanding in this field. They always love to have a strong hold on in your life.